Does the growing gap between the rich and the poor in this country matter?
I think it's a very important question that a lot of folks in the bubble in Silicon Valley in particular, or the finance bubble in New York, really don't take seriously enough, because we live in these coastal bubbles and we don't see the fact that there's an uneven economic recovery happening throughout the country, that there's a lot of people who are left out of this hyper growth that's occurring in technology and finance and elsewhere. And I think if we don't address that fundamental problem, it's not only is it going to get worse, but it's going to lead to a society that's very unequal, where social mobility is a problem, where the American dream itself maybe starts to disappear. I think we all need to be spending more time thinking about what to do about it.
So one way that some are attacking this, here in Los Angeles, the city council has just raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2020. Some people love that, some people hate that, and some people say that is not the answer and it is going to cost too many jobs. Is it the right answer? What should happen with minimum wage in this country?
Well, I think generally speaking, we have minimum wage for a reason. So there are periods in time where it needs to be adjusted.
What should happen to it now?
Well, it depends on where. I mean, the cost of living is so different from one part of the country to another. Should the federal minimum wage come up? There's a pretty good argument that it should. It happens from time to time. It might be overdue, but that's a macroeconomic question that's complicated and hard to answer, and it gets then caught up in a lot of politics. It's definitely the case that there are places in the country where cost of living is incredibly high, where you have extremely well-paid technology workers, for instance, living in places like San Francisco, where you have a working poor that's been sort of pushed out of the city by rising real estate prices, and something needs to be done about that. And that can be a combination of things around, affordable housing, raising the minimum wage, doing really whatever's necessary. For a place to become so homogeneously wealthy, you're jeopardizing your own existence, and you're putting people in a position that is unsustainable and difficult.